So O'Dowd started in Houston, Texas, in my apartment. It started as a hobby. I was doing it just because I was looking for a natural pomade for myself. I couldn't find any pomades on the market that were made with good ingredients. After deciding to make the products and sell it, at least to my friends and around a little bit, we opened up an Etsy, started selling our product on the Etsy. Still really just doing it as a hobby. I just enjoyed making the product. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So at some point we decided to start making some other products, and I started taking it a little bit more seriously. Still never would have imagined that we would be doing this full time, but I was having a ton of fun with it, really finding like a passion in creating the products and using these like nice natural ingredients. After 6 or 7 months, I decided to quit my job, quit school, and go full-time with O'Dowd's. We were making enough money that I could sustain myself. From there, that's really when it took off. Once I started doing it full-time, I had way more time to like invest in the company. Before, I had been doing it as a hobby, so like I was working full-time, 40-hour weeks, I was going to school, and then I was cooking pomade in my apartment probably from like 9 till midnight most nights of the week, and packing up orders and dropping them off at the post office on my way to work or school or whatever. Within 2 or 3 months, I was able to hire an employee, Ian. At that point, we really started to grow even faster because he was taking over most of the production. I was still doing the formulating, but I would be able to spend my time doing all of the things that come with being a business owner. A year and a half or 2 years after starting the company, we moved up to New York. It was very different for the business. We had been running it in my apartment at the time, and we decided to make the jump and get a physical space of our own in New York. So around that time too, I was able to bring on a partner, Dave, and wholesale for us really blew up. We started working with a lot more accounts pretty quickly. We got up to over 100 accounts all around the globe. We do a lot of business in like Southeast Asia, and we do things in Europe and Australia. So he was a huge help and really able to take on a lot of that responsibility so that we could continue growing. So for our very first product, which was our traditional pomade, I probably had about 40 or 50 different versions of it before I came up with something that I was happy with. And that took, 4 or 5 months of a few nights a week, just messing with the recipe and changing things. There was a lot of points where I definitely could have been like, oh, this is too difficult, I'm just gonna give up. Or this isn't the business for me because I can't get it to work. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, there's been so many roadblocks getting to the point where we're at now. We made a mistake or something that happens. I mean, the whole thing is like a learning experience. I didn't have any experience in this industry before we got into it. So you've got to have a certain amount of like stubbornness or hard-headedness, I guess. And when things go wrong, you just have to push through. Like, at least that's how it's been for me.